I did start.
Oh.
I'm going. I've been going, actually. So I just put in an offer, and then there's a few little other things. Do you want an inspection, a radon test, this, that, or the other? How much are you putting down? This, that, and the other, as I've said. And I just have to sign a quick few things, send it over to the listing agent, who then tells the owners, and the owners are like, yay or nay. But this time they're gonna say yay. I want this house. I want this house.
Manifest it.
See, the thing is that after I lost my other dream house in Jamesville, that hurt really, really bad. I adored that house. And after losing that one, I kind of shut myself down. I was like, I'm not going to get myself excited. But I have been looking at this house for so long that I'm excited. And I really want this house. And if I don't get it, I'm going to have to shut down again for a little while. I'm going to need a recovery time because of how badly I want this house. What did you call her?
I can't say it.
I can.
Stop!
I can. Did you call this precious, adorable little angel dog an attention whore?
She is.
Is she sniffing my feet or my butt?
She'll lick your pants too.
Pants licker?
And she'll act like she's not. And like, if you're like, stop licking my pants, she'll be like, okay, and then she'll lay her head, and then she'll just do like a little, I'm just licking my lips. And then she'll do it again and again and again, and then she's licking your pants again.
Oh my gosh. You little rascal.
But look, she has her own life. She's like a cat.
What are their names?
Layla and Liz.
Liz is the attention whore.
Yeah.
Layla is the perfect angel over there.
Yeah.
I see you peeking around that pillow. Oh, you're so cute. I cannot wait to have my own house so I can have my own menagerie. I'm going to get 2 cats, a fruit bat, a chinchilla, a hedgehog, a skunk, a raccoon, and a teacup pig.
All at the same time.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
crazy. Have you seen those sugar gliders?
Oh my god,
Those
yes.
are so cute. Did you know that
2 of those? And a dumpy tree frog. Yep, that's happening.
you're gonna have a zoo?
Yeah.
Petting zoo.
Mm-hmm. It is, yeah. The backyard is so cute. And I know in the summer, because it's like, it's not fenced in, but the trees make like a natural fence. And so during the summer when they're all, and it's going to be like this private little fort, and I'm so excited. And there's a cute little deck. Oh my God, the deck is so cute. And then the downstairs, I'm going to stuff Kendra downstairs. And then I think my cousin is going to be kicked out of my aunt's house. She is done with him. So he might come live with me. I might force him to so I can snack some rent money out of him. But yeah, yeah.
It's
happening.
really cute.
It's happening. It is. And that's the thing. My aunt was like, it needs a lot of work, but it's work that can be done slowly and over time. Once it's clean, it's functional. And that's fine with me. Like, I don't care if it's ugly. Honestly,
it's very functional.
How ugly it is part of its charm, and I kind of love it. It's hideous. Don't get me wrong. Every part of it is hideous, but I love it. And I will deal with the ugly lime green carpet and the brown nasty carpet in the basement, and I will deal with all the wood siding, and I just love it. Okay, we have to move on. I'm gonna freak out.
It's really cute. It reminds me a lot of the first one. Like if the first one hadn't had like a makeover, basically.
The first one.
The one that you showed me, the first one that you fell in love with, that you didn't get.
The Jamesville one?
I think.
This is actually much bigger. This is over 500 feet.
Interesting.
Square feet bigger. So, and I'm actually offering the same price as I did my first dream house in Jamesville. So
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. But then this is primo location. There is a lot of work that needs done. The Jamesville one was ready to go. It was pristine. It was perfect, ready to go. But the problem with that, it was like, it was already ready to go, and I would have had a harder time making it my own because it was already set. This is purely from scratch, basically, because I have to redo everything because it's god awful. But over time.
I like that, though. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to always have, like, something.
And I have a lot of free time now that I'm not in school, unlike you. Hey! Hello, hello. Welcome back to my Aunt's
welcome
Attic.
back.
That's a thing that needed to happen.
How's it going, you guys? Welcome to our
Anyway.
podcast.
Yeah. How's school going?
Better.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Just this week better?
I think
or-
I just kind of like had a realization of like, oh, this isn't that bad.
Yeah. Have you gotten a hold of OCC for your diploma? Figured anything out?
I don't know who I should contact, and also I'm kind of embarrassed.
Don't be embarrassed. That is not on you. That is not on you. That is 100%
I'm
on
kind of
them.
embarrassed.
Uh-uh.
I don't know who should I reach out to.
Freaking president of the Stinking College. They screwed
Really?
you. Yes. Actually, my coworker had a friend who had to do the same thing. He was in school for like 5 years and just kept taking random electives. And the degree he was technically wanting to graduate with, he was like 2 credits away from completing it because he just kept random electives rather than the ones focused on it. And he had like 50 extra credits. And he was like, give me my degree. And they're like, you haven't completed. He's like, give me my degree.
And they did?
And he kept doing it. And they finally did. Took him a little
God
while.
bless.
But they finally just gave him his degree. He had like 50 extra credits. Just give him his degree. But anyway. So yeah, fight for that because that's on them. You did everything that you needed to do.
Well, I wouldn't have taken if I had known I had still credits left to be completed, I wouldn't have just taken one class in my
Exactly.
last semester. I would have been taking...
That you had to pay out of pocket for.
Yeah. Well, I got financial aid for it for some reason. I don't
Really?
know why, because I thought you had to have at least 12 credits. I did pay for it, and then they sent me a check back.
Well, it might have
For
been
the
from
amount.
something else. Who knows? I don't know. I would get
Well, I
random
didn't pay
checks
for
every
it,
once in
but-
a while, but no, fight that. I would fight that.
That's annoying. And also,
You worked
I'm not-
hard. I mean, you graduated with honors. So, like, how do you graduate with honors but not graduate? Explain that one.
I just want to, how did nobody catch that?
Yeah.
Like, I showed up to graduation. They had my name there,
Yeah.
ready for me. There was no conversation of, oh, you're going to walk, but you're not actually done.
Yeah. No, that's on them.
Which
Say, no, I graduated. That's on you. Just give me my degree. Yes.
Also, though, I go to another school now, and I told them I have this associates in sign language. And they're just like, okay. I feel like none of this is...
The paper
Like,
trail's not
None
trailing.
of it's legitimate. Nobody's checking each other.
Yeah.
Because I told them I have this degree, and I guess I don't.
You do,
I told a few schools I had this degree.
No, you do, though. You have it. They just goofed something up.
I think it's in my resume.
Yeah, just tell them check your papers again because you missed something. I'm done. That's so frustrating. But yeah, you're on your own. I got mine.
Of course you get it, right when we were having this conversation, too. Because it's November. Well, it was October.
I love that you looked
We
at your wrist for
graduate-
that.
I don't
and
even
you
have a watch on.
I do
totally
the same
do,
thing.
and I don't even have one. We graduated in May, and of course, now we're having this conversation in October, and of course, that's the day that you freaking get yours in the mail.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you, but I'm also mad.
Yeah. No,
Because I wanted you to be on the same page, so we're gonna have to figure it out together.
You know what? We are still on the same page, actually, just in different categories of life. So for my massage therapy license, I have to have 36 CEUs every 3 years. I needed an extension because I was in school full time. I didn't have time to really focus on that, so I didn't finish them. I got a 1-year extension to complete that. I did that. Then they emailed me back saying, hey, I see that you needed an extension. We can go ahead and do your registration right after you prove that you have completed your CEUs. And I'm like, okay, sure, no problem. Here you go. Here's my 36 hours of CEUs. And they're like, haha, you need 43. I'm like, excuse me?
What, did they change it?
I don't know.
Mm.
The breakdown of it was 31 from your prior registration period and 12 from the 1-year extension. And I'm like, that's not how that works. It's 36 every 3 years. It's not 12 per year. I could do all 36 in the last year of my registration period. I got a 1-year extension, so I could do all 36 of those in that 1-year extension. And so then my next registration would reflect the remaining 2 years of my registration period, because it's every 3 years. But they were like, no, because of this, that, and the other, you need 43, so you don't get your registration until you prove an additional 7. And I'm like, you guys suck. That was never explained when I requested for the extension. They never said boo about needing extra I'm pissed. I'm pissed. And, like, the registration's not free. I have to, like, pay for this crap. So I'm like, and I have to pay for the CEUs, too. So I'm like, I'm not a happy camper. I'm not a happy camper. What's Kokomo?
Oh, so I lived in Indiana. Do you know this?
For reference, folks, there is a sign.
That's gonna come in so loud.
I did. I held the mic up to my face.
For reference.
Anywho.
It's hard not to get super close to it.
I know.
I feel like we could maybe experiment with turning like how much it picks up down so we can hold them closer to our faces.
And feel like actual announcers and like podcast
so
people, whatever.
Hello.
Let's see how that comes across. But no, seriously, for reference, we're actually at Mary Grace's house today because
we're never doing this at my house again. My dogs are so loud.
They are not.
She's snoring awake because she's fat. This one's biting her nails because she has stress about what?
The dog life. It's rough, man.
It's so
rough.
Rough.
But there's a sign in her. I keep doing that. Oh, I really did yell into Mike. There's a sign in her house that's Kokomo.
Down in Kokomo, Aruba, Jamaica. Oh, I wanna take it. It's not the same one.
Oh no. Okay.
So, my dad's when I was like in 3rd grade, my dad's job got transferred to Indiana, and so he only had a few years left before he could retire. So we just moved there for the rest of his career. Kokomo, Indiana. That's the name of the town.
Okay. I'm a dick.
Smack dab in the middle. Why are you gonna make fun of it?
No, because I kept thinking about my house and I missed what you said. I'll listen back on the podcast and figure it out.
Hey, let's do a thing where we just sit and talk and listen to each other. And then not
Why would I want to
to
do
each
that?
other.
Why would I want to listen?
It's
That's
okay.
ridiculous.
It's okay. It happens.
I'm on a one-track mind, man. I cannot express to you how much I love the house.
It's stupid anyway.
No, that's good. I love it. It's a really pretty sign. Is it like glass?
Yeah. So there's a famous
glass.
There's a famous glass blowing factory in that town. So we'd always go there for like school field trips and stuff.
I want to blow glass.
I want to too.
Yeah.
Where can we go? Because they're like, oh, like
they're like what?
They're like, oh, because I went to the one in Corning, New York.
Sorry.
You have a problem with everything today?
You
know the one in Corning?
No. I've never heard of
There's
Corning.
one near Watkins Glen, New York, right near it.
Oh, okay.
There's a glass museum, and we went there a few years ago, and you could like custom have someone blow a Christmas ornament.
Oh, cool.
So you pick out the colors, and then you stand there next to them, and you like pump the little cooling device or whatever, and it's like the kids get to be a part of it, whatever.
You pretend to be part of it,
Yeah, and they're not really. And they were like, oh, I went to this art college and da-da-da. I don't want to go to art college. I just want to blow on the freaking reed.
I just want to blow.
I want to roll it back and forth.
Yeah.
Listen. I'm mesmerized by when people blow glass, and I really want to touch it.
I like when they have the newspaper, and they're like holding it and shaping it.
I don't like it's newspaper. I think that would catch fire.
No, it's wet newspaper.
Is it?
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah. And it burns through it. Don't get me wrong. It's wet newspaper, and you'll see it starts to char through it, and they have to get new wads of it.
Well, because I saw them, they had blown a cup, basically, and they put a piece of paper in it, and it just caught fire immediately. It was so cool.
Yeah. No, I do. I definitely like that.
I like it a lot. I also like the TikTok videos of that old man who works at that taffy place, and he's cutting the... Have you seen those?
I don't know if I'm thinking of the specific one, but I have seen a lot of taffy videos.
They
and they
pour
are
the
quite
hot,
nice.
the hot molten sugar on the table, and then they cut out the different colors.
Yeah,
with the scissors.
I like when it's just molten, and then they fold it over.
Oh,
and then it oozes again, and they fold it over again, oozes. I like it.
I want to do that job too.
I like that a lot.
I could do that for a living.
I want to do like a factory job where I'm just monotonously doing the same motion over and over again, so I can just have 8 hours straight of time to think.
Yeah,
about all the nonsense in my head. I love it.
That's what I try to like make of my job, but it's hard because I have to be somewhat conscious for it. But when I was at the bookstore, There was a bunch of different at OCC. They had us doing a bunch of different things, but this one day they were like, "Oh, Mary Grace, can you go laminate these books?" And I was like, "Okay." So I got to go stand in like the garage where the trucks come in.
Mm-hmm.
So it was pretty cold in there, but I was alone, and I just had a stack, like a dolly stacked with books, and I just laminated them for like hours. And I was like, "You got any more?" And I just kept.
That's
It was
amazing.
so fun.
I love that.
Just to do the same thing over and over again. Take the piece of plastic, roll it out, cut it, put the book in, laminate it, and then my favorite part, the heat gun.
Nice. Oh, that does sound
She's
satisfying.
such a gremlin, dude.
Dude, she was licking herself and she was like twisted in a way.
I always
and
want to push her over.
I was just gonna say that. Yes, I did. I wanted to push her over.
I have.
I'm getting a call.
All right.
Oh, it's my mother. You guys want to hear my crazy mother?
Well, I think you gotta
I think
unplug
I'm-
your microphone, so we'll just switch to mine.
Okay. Wait for it. Hi, Mom. You're on speaker on the podcast.
Oh, hi. I was just going to call you about the house, but you don't have to put me on speaker on the podcast.
I did it anyway. I hear Grandma. Hi, Grandma.
Hi, sweetheart.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
That's good. That's good.
Oh my god, her little.
I loved it. I'm obsessed with it. I've been talking about it on the podcast kind of nonstop, and I bet people are pretty much done with me. But I loved it. I loved it. It was hideous.
I was going to say it's really ugly, but it's fabulous.
I adore it. Every square inch of it needs hosed down like no other,
I
and
know.
it is genuinely hideous, and I adore every square inch of it. And I put an offer in. She's going to write it up. I'm going to sign it, and I'm hopefully going to be the first person put an offer. And I'm hoping, because they listed it at over like $300,000, and it kept dropping in price, so I think they're just ready to sell it. So if I get my offer in first, I'm hoping they just take it and just be done with it. So yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice. You did say that you want to get an inspection, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. The only thing that worries me is the water. Nah, Jim can fix anything.
My dad's a contractor, if people don't know that already. So I'm going to
Oh.
exploit his expertise and use him to fix things. But yeah, everything else is more cosmetic, and I can just do that really slowly over time. And I honestly kind of like how ugly it is. It adds some kind of charm to it that I just love it.
It's just enough.
I just
Wow.
love it.
Enough. I have 2 questions.
Shoot.
Wall between the kitchen and dining. Could you tell if it was load bearing?
I didn't even bother checking because I kind of like the separation.
Oh, okay. I don't. But
Okay, well then you can come up and figure that out for yourself.
it would be an easy knockout, and you could make it a big eat-in kitchen if you so desired.
Yes.
And there's 2 bedrooms, right, on the main part, and then the one with all the wood was over the garage.
Yes.
Okay. So 2 full bathrooms and it's got a garage.
Yes. And the backyard is adorable. And during the summer, I didn't take a picture of anything of the backyard. You can check it on the Zillow listing. But,
I did.
okay, yeah. In the summer, it's going to be all like a wall of trees and, oh, it's going to be great.
Okay. But you can do it with a push mower, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Where's it at? Daddy will buy that for you.
Yay.
Okay. Well, you
Yay.
go on the podcast, and we'll keep our fingers crossed, and don't be disappointed if the answer is no.
Oh, no, I'm 100% going to be devastated like I was in the Jamesville house. I will need a recovery period after this one.
Well, the holidays are coming, so,
What does that have to do with anything?
well, hopefully that can bring your spirit up.
Oh, no, I'll be an absolute Scrooge.
Look, it must be fate. Your dad's calling.
Oh, my God. Okay.
I know. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye. Mama Julie, folks. Mama Julie.
Here, get your microphone plugged
Oh, yeah.
back in.
Wait for it. And we're off once again.
Your grandma has the cutest little grandma voice ever.
My grandma is a literal saint. She is.
I know we were
like,
talking about her like last week.
Did
Weren't
we? Yeah. She is everything that a grandma is always supposed to be.
She was, "Hi, sweetheart." I'm like, oh my god, be a voice actor. What the heck? That was so good.
Oh yeah, she's a good one. She's a keeper. But Now that we've completely exhausted the topic of my house,
It'll probably come back up.
it probably will.
That's okay. It's so cute.
No, what
How
I
far-
did want to... What?
How far is it from here?
From when I texted you to when I got here. I don't know how long it
Remember.
was. It was only a few minutes. It's
Dang.
not far.
That's nice.
It's not far at all.
And does that put you closer to your work?
It is in the perfect location. It's 2 minutes from my aunt's house and technically my church. It is like 3 minutes away from my work. It is, I don't know, 7 minutes from here
That's
and
lovely.
technically the boulevard. It is perfection.
I love being close to the boulevard.
Right? I could live there. And I haven't lived there for a long time because I'm out in Casanova.
Oh my god, happy late birthday, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
You're so old.
I am. I'm 28 now. Speaking of my birthday, for years, I have always had a notoriously terrible birthday. So I've stopped putting emphasis on it. I've stopped worrying about it. And it has paid off monumentally this year. I had such a great birthday.
You just chilled?
I just chill. I took myself to Barnes & Noble and I bought a 18 plus Lego set that makes like an orchid. I'm an idiot. An orchid.
Mm-hmm.
Like in a pot and everything. And I went to my aunt's house because I don't have Wi-Fi and I don't have cable or anything like that. So I took my Lego set and I went to my aunt's house and I watched microphone down. I watched Pirates of the Caribbean.
The what?
Why are you doing this to me?
I was just thinking about it earlier because I was looking at our episodes. Because I just copy and paste the bio from whatever the last episode was and I saw the word. And I
Have
was
we
like,
figured out what the Caribbean,
the place.
the place? Yeah,
The
so I watched the
beans.
pirate movie, and I put my Lego set together, and then I hung out at my aunt's house for a little bit until the hockey games came on. There were 4 hockey games that I wanted to watch. I had all 4 playing at the same time. I had one on my phone, 2 on my laptop.
She's using that Wi-Fi.
I am taking advantage of it, and I had one on the TV.
Did you hear about that player that died?
What?
There was a player, I don't know what team, and I don't even know his name, and I apologize, but there was a hockey player.
NHL?
I saw it on TikTok. That's all I know.
Recently?
And yeah, like the other day. And there was an accident where someone's skate made contact with his throat.
Yeah, that's unfortunately not as uncommon as I would like it to be.
That's crazy.
Wait, now you got me really curious.
One time I met a friend at a summer camp and we were just going back and forth asking questions and he was like, "What's your biggest fear?" And I was like, ice skating and then falling and someone skates across my fingers and cuts them off. And he said, "Oh, I've seen that happen."
Yeah.
Oh my god, what?
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Adam Johnson, a former NHL forward, has died after his neck was cut by another player's skate during a game Saturday in Sheffield, England.
Saturday.
Damn.
Yeah.
God, that sucks. Was he a
He was a
way.
penguin?
He was a freaking penguin.
He's a former penguin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's so sad.
Not that it's more sad because he's a penguin, but it just...
But now there's proximity.
Damn.
Yeah.
So yeah, my team are the Penguins. They are sucking ice real bad this year. So of my 4 games, sorry to switch up the conversation again so
How
quick,
do we get... Oh.
but out of the 4 games that we're playing on my birthday, 3 of my teams won. My number 1 team, the Penguins, lost with 12 seconds left in regulation time. I'm like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
But the Boston Bruins, the Seattle Kraken, and the New York Rangers all won.
You like
all
the
in
Bruins?
overtime.
You like the Bruins?
So you'd have to
I like the
see.
Bruins.
Actually, I'll pull it up for you. You'd have to see my hockey rankings the way it's laid out
Mm-hmm.
because my number 1 teams in their divisions. So do you know how hockey? All right, folks. If you're not into hockey, take a break.
Put the puck in the net.
Yeah, no, I'm saying how hockey league how it's laid out. So there's the Eastern and the Western conferences. That's like the main, like the large groupings. And then within those Eastern and Western conferences, the Eastern is broken up into the Atlantic and the Metropolitan Division. And then the Western Conference is broken up into the Central and the Pacific Division.
Okay.
Now, in each division, my number one teams, Atlantic is the Buffalo Sabres and Metropolitan is the Penguins. In the Western Conference is Central Division is the Colorado Avalanche, and the Pacific is the Seattle Kraken. Those are my number one teams in their divisions. Now, out of those four, my number one will always be the Penguins. And then depending on who they play, this and that and the other, it kind of varies on who's going where and who's number one in my book. Now, for the Atlantic Division, again, Buffalo Sabres is number one. Atlantic, my number two is the Boston Bruins. And in the Metropolitan is the New York Rangers.
Gotcha.
So...
Ooh, Bruins and Rangers at the same time is crazy.
Yeah, so we've got my number twos in the Eastern Conference playing at the same time, and then you had my number one of the Eastern and my number one of the Western playing at the same time, all on my birthday. All one, except my number one. That sounds
honestly great. That sounds so great.
Well, here is my, if you want to just see, that's how, I'm showing her my notes app where all of my teams are ranked in their different divisions and how I have it laid out and everything.
I haven't even heard of a lot of these.
A lot of, like, the further you get down in the divisions, the less I care.
Yeah.
It's literally only, like, the couple top teams that I really care about. But, yeah, it's hilarious because my number one teams, being the Penguins and the Sabres, are both dead last in their divisions. The New York Rangers and the Boston Bruins are number one in the divisions. And I'm like, what the hell? I mean, cool, but like, what the hell? So, yeah.
I only like the Bruins because growing up, I have family that lives in, like, near Boston. And we would always go there for Thanksgiving. And then on, what is it, the day after? Is it always on Black Friday
Friday?
They have a game at the TD Garden, the Bruins play.
Oh, yeah.
And so my uncle, he owns seats or whatever, so we'd go every year.
Oh, that's sick.
So fun.
I would die 1,000 deaths of happiness if I got to go to, like, a Penguins. What's a Penguins
I think
game?
I went to... No, who did I watch?
A Penguins game. Game? I'm on
What
fire!
are you doing?
Oh my god.
Buzzqueed fizzes.
Yeah, but they need to win, because honestly, it really bugs me how bad they suck this year. So I don't want to go to a Penguins game this year, because they are
That would be
sucking ice.
devastating in real life, yeah.
Wait, what?
That would be devastating to, like,
Oh, I thought you
experience
said
in real
something
life.
about ice skating. I can't ice skate.
I can't either.
Hockey is my number one, and I cannot
Let's
ice
go together. I can't.
skate. I think
I
not.
grip the wall with my freaking fingernails and I freaking and I scoot just inches. And my parents used to take me when I was a kid. Oh my god, another story. Trauma. Okay, hold on. My parents used to take me when I was a kid. And my dad would yell at me because I, like, wouldn't, like, let go of the wall and I wouldn't do what he was telling me to do. But I also was, like, learned how to ski at the same time. And so when you're skiing and you want to slow down, you turn your
pigeon
toes
feet, kind of.
inward.
Yeah.
But when you're skating and you turn your toes inward,
You
you turn to a pretzel. But my instinct kept telling me to turn my toes in, so it was a big failure. But another thing, this is so funny. When I was a really little kid, I barely remember this. I was probably like 4 or 5 years old. My mom took me to classes to learn how to skate, and I just hate it. Like, I just hate it. And so
I hate being told what to do.
I hate being told what to do, but I also hate the sensation of, like, my feet are moving and I'm not.
Wait, what?
Like, you could be standing still and you're just freaking moving. She took me to these classes. I remember I went to, like, the first however many couple, and they would say, oh, if you fall, get on one knee and kiss your knee, and then you stand up. I don't know why they made us kiss our knees, now that I think about it.
I don't think
it
you're
was
actually
just-
kissing your knee.
No, but they said to kiss it.
Oh,
When
it's
you're
to
little.
make you get into the position
into
where
my
you're
knee.
not going to have your feet fly out from under you.
It makes sense. So we would kiss our knee and then stand up, and they were having us go backwards, and they would draw lines in the thing. We had to do all this stuff. I hated it. I just thought of another story. I'm not gonna tell it though. But
Nope, tell it.
okay. But my mom would make me go to these things, and I hated them. One day I showed up, and I just threw a fit, and I was not going out on the ice. And she was like, "Okay, She put on ice skates and went skating by herself and left me unattended as like a 4 or 5-year-old. And I'm bawling my eyes out. And some guy's like, where's your mom? Like, are you okay? And I'm like, she's out there. And she's like doing freaking twists on the ice half the time of her life. And I'm bawling my eyes out on the freaking side of the thing.
I would have too. I would have left you there as well. Because one, she had eyes on you the whole time. And two, if she paid for the slot for somebody to use it, then obviously she's going to get her money's worth. So hell yeah, I would have left you crying on the bench to yourself.
Skating,
yeah.
bro. I hated skating. And another thing that I thought of is I had this stuffed bear when I was a kid. I don't know where I got it, but I named it... Do you ever think about the names that you gave things when you were a kid and like they aren't names? They're just like sounds. Like I named this bear ShiShi's.
Yep, I'm not.
What does that mean?
I wasn't a sound person. I was like an old man name. Like Frank.
This is
Franklin
Arnold.
and Arnold and Arthur and Frederick.
So I had this bear named ShiShi's, and I would take it with me everywhere. And when we would go to church, my mom would make me go to like the children's liturgy or whatever during the communion. I think they do it. So I was at children's liturgy, and I was playing with my bear, and the woman in charge of it is giving us a story or whatever. And this mean little girl is looking at me and she's like, ShiShi's a fake. ShiShi's not real. And I was like,
it's a stuffed bear.
She is real. And we got into a freaking verbal beef and the teacher had to be like, quiet. But she was like, ShiShi's a fake.
What does that even mean?
I don't know!
What does that mean?
But it was so mean! Isn't that mean?
I mean,
bullied.
Stay in your lane? But, like, what does that even mean?
I don't know. But my mom says
she
it
was
all
just
the time.
jealous.
My mom quotes it all the time. She's like, she's a fake.
She's a fake.
That's so stupid.
We're naming the podcast that.
She's a fake.
ShiShi's a
I
fake.
don't know how to spell Shishi. I've never even written it. I don't even think I could write at that time.
Oh my god. Actually, I figured out the username that I want to use for my feet pics.
Okay.
The problem is I don't know how to spell it because it was something that my mom always used to say, and I'm like, it was never actually written
Do you want
down.
to say it on here? Or
No.
Okay.
No. Just in case I want to actually keep
What is that,
a
like a
little...
sound?
No, they're I think made up words. So, I don't know. We're going to have to experiment with the spelling of them.
Awesome.
But,
Can't wait. Love it.
what else? Okay, there is one thing I needed to do research on to be able to talk about it more. Maybe I can do that real quick. But I wanted to talk about the fact that today is November 1st, folks. It is the first snowfall here in central New York.
It's so cute.
I
too.
loved it.
I love it.
I woke up to a whiteout. It was great. But by the time this comes out, it'll be next week. But we're going to talk about Halloween, which was obviously yesterday. Have you ever thought about how weird the concept of Halloween is in America?
Yeah.
It's a holiday, but when holidays, I think they should celebrate something. And when people say, do you celebrate Halloween? I'm like, celebrate what?
Do you participate in Halloween?
That's
Would
just
be
it. I'm like,
better.
the American tradition of Halloween is just creepy stuff and candy. We're not celebrating anything.
It's like a ritual. It's ritual, kind of.
So my thing is that the American tradition of Halloween was obviously taken from different cultures and their traditions with it. So you've got, and pardon my white ass pronunciation, folks, but like Dia de Muertos in like Mexico, which is obviously, I'm getting this from Coco of all things.
Is that tomorrow?
Muertos? Day of the Dead?
Is it
Day
the
of-
second? I don't know
what?
what day it's on.
I thought it was today.
Maybe.
I thought it was November 1st. Like,
Maybe.
I have no idea.
We should probably look it up.
Well, either way, they have Day of the Dead, where the veil between the afterlife and this life is the thinnest, and therefore your ancestors can come visit you, and you celebrate your past ancestors.
Oh, it's both.
It's a 2-day thing?
I guess so.
Cool.
We're both right. That's
So I think that's like a beautiful tradition where you kind of celebrate your family and you celebrate the history that has brought you about, and you just give thanks to your family and what they've done to get you where you are. I think that's such a beautiful tradition. And then you have, and this is what I need to, oh, look at this. I have no service here either.
You really don't have service? What's your provider?
Verizon. I have like
Fries and
one
it's just
tiny
bad.
itty bitty little bar. So anyway, you also have the tradition, and this is what I needed to look up a little bit more.
One tiny itty bitty bar is so funny.
Shut up. What do
One
you
little bar of service. Just an itty bitty petite bar of service.
do? Shut up. Okay, moving on. So we have the custom of Samhain. Have you heard of that? Have you heard of Samhain? No? Okay. English people pronounce it Samhain. It's actually pronounced Samhain.
Okay.
It's the evening of Tuesday, October 31st, 2023 to Wednesday, November 1st.
Okay.
Oh. Dia de los Muertos. I keep forgetting the los part of that. So I guess that's a pagan thing. I was wrong. I thought it was a Celtic thing.
I have no idea what's happening.
But what I'm saying is that there are, in other cultures, there are actual traditions, there are actual reasons for celebrating, this fall harvest, Samhain, Halloween, All Hallows Eve, Dia de los Muertos, all these different things. But America has taken it to literally just capitalism, just being costumes, creepy stuff, and candy.
Halloween is so capitalism.
So it's just funny when people are like, do you celebrate Halloween? I'm like, nobody celebrates Halloween here. There is no celebrating anything. And I don't mean to be a bitter Betty, stick up my ass, whatever.
You're
you
good.
get my point, though. I find it funny.
Do you spend a bunch of money the week before Halloween on candy and costumes?
No.
That's a better question.
I might once I have my own house and I can do whatever I want with it.
We did trick-or-treaters for the first time ever.
I
We've
love
we've always either gone out or we lived somewhere the kids weren't going to be coming around. So this is our first year taking little trick-or-treaters. It's so
That's
cute. My mom
nice.
loved it. She ate it right up.
That's fun. I used to go trick-or-treating as a kid. I loved it.
This is my first year that I didn't have a costume, I think. Yeah. But
What's been your favorite costume?
I was a ghost, like with a white sheet, but I made it awesome because no, listen. I made it awesome because
Sure.
So pretend you had a white sheet and you cut eyes out and then you put it over yourself. Guess what you can see? Your eyeballs. Ugly. I took and I've improved this since.
Did you take black mesh?
Pantyhose
Ah.
over my face. Couldn't breathe. But it looked sick. But this year I didn't end up using it, but I got one of those face masks. You know, people wear the full body suit and it's pink or whatever.
Uh-huh.
I got a black,
The
just the
morph
mask,
suits. Yeah.
to wear under it, but I didn't end up using it.
Okay.
But I do really enjoy that costume. This wasn't for Halloween, but one time we had a project in kindergarten where we had to do a nursery rhyme and dress up as it, and I was Rockabye Baby, so my mom put a grocery, a brown paper bag over my body and gave me a stick to hold, and she said, "You're a tree."
You're a tree?
I was a tree.
That's fantastic. I don't think I ever had a good costume. I was Cleopatra in elementary school,
That's fun.
but even that, because I borrowed the costume from my cousin, who was much older than me. I think she was high school at the time. She's a smoke show, so she's got this skimpy little Cleopatra outfit, and my mom was like, "You have to wear a turtleneck under that."
Oh yeah.
So it was
Yeah,
awful.
my sister was like, "I'm gonna be." Have you seen the Lorax?
No. I started to see it, but then I never finished it.
But do you know the one slur? How
How
bad can I be?
Wow.
Wow. Okay, never mind. One year I was a Hershey bar. I always made my own costumes. I never bought a costume.
It is Celtic. I knew it. Sorry.
Alright.
Sorry. I just gotta say sorry. I'm a dick. We
Did
already
I
know
just
this.
load?
I just read it.
Oh. I was a Hershey bar, and I just took a brown or a cardboard shipping box that my dad got something in, and I spray painted it Hershey brown, and I took white duct tape and I wrote Hershey on it, and it was so. I think I wore it under my arms, and I had straps, and it was a box, and it was very thin, like a Hershey bar, but it went past my knees.
Ah, you couldn't bend.
So when I was And we would always go trick-or-treating with these boys that we went to school with, so they're running house to house, and I was just
pitter-pattering.
like friggin' Mr. Krabs with my little legs, because I could only bend my ankles.
I'd pay money to see that one. Oh my god.
It was good. It was a good costume. 2 years, not in a row, I was a Christmas tree.
I love that. You'd be the center of attention at any party.
The one time, I just had like some sort of thick paper that I turned into a cone and like had my face cut out and wrapped it in like wrapping paper and ornaments and stuff. But then when I was in I think 8th grade. Oh, I'm wearing a green sweater right now.
I love that sweater. That's great.
Thank you. It's so comfy. I had a green sweater, and I decorated it like a tree. Like I had like garland and ornaments and stuff. And I had a star like on my hand, so I could go like this, and it was a Christmas tree. It was so cute.
That does sound cute.
I'm a costume sleigh, dude. I always make my own, and they're always a sleigh.
I've never been very good at my costumes. I want to read this because I was somewhat correct, sort of, kind of.
Okay.
The Halloween holiday has its roots in the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, a pagan religious celebration to welcome the harvest at the end of summer when people would light bonfires and wear costumes to ward off ghosts. So that's kind of the thing. Like, we take the traditions of other things and we just capitalize on it.
Well, I remember, like, because I was in, like, Catholic school, they tried to make it, like, a Catholic thing.
No. Halloween is a very, very pagan kind of thing.
Yeah. I like it.
Do you like horror movies?
Love.
You do?
Love them.
Mm-hmm. I just had a client of mine recommend The Empty Man to me.
I have not heard of that. You know what I watched? It's not horror, it's kind of a thriller. Don't Worry, Darling.
Yeah.
Heard about it? Have you seen it?
Heard about it, but...
Oh my god.
Was it good?
It was amazing. I have to rewatch it. Can I, like, tell you about it?
Go for it, yeah.
So, it's Harry Styles. Not gonna lie.
Not a fan?
Didn't like him in it. He looks very young.
He is very young. I think he's 30.
Is he, like,
30 something?
Well, he looks like 20.
Oh.
He looks really young. So he was just not really selling the role for me. And they said it was actually going to be Shia LaBeouf originally, and that makes more sense to me.
Mm.
But it's Harry Styles and Florence Pugh.
Pew, pew, pew.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
That
frown.
She didn't frown, I don't think. But she was going through it. Oh, I want to spoil it so bad. I'm not going to, though, because you should really watch it. It was amazing.
Yeah, let's not spoil it, because I might actually... Usually I'm just like, oh, I'm never going to watch it, go ahead. But no, I might actually watch it.
Oh my god, it was like the whole movie, something's up, and you don't know what, and then what it is, you would never guess in a million years. Yeah. It's so freaking good.
I just remember the commercial, her, like, wiping down the glass, and then it
presses her against it. Yeah, not gonna lie, didn't really sell it for me. I could tell she was leaning up against it. She did not like she was, like, the back was smushing up against her. It looked like she was just... smushed herself. I wasn't sold for that part.
Well, have you seen the classic, The Babadook?
The what?
The Babadook?
No.
Babadook. No? You have to see that one. Why can't you just be normal? Felt that. Love that one. The ending.
What is? I've never heard of this.
The Babadook? I think it's on Netflix, maybe. I don't know. But it's great. It's great. The kid will drive you absolutely insane, but that's the point, because he's driving her insane, so... Really
I had
annoying.
a mother and her son come into Ace the other night, and he was so annoying, and she said, "You're everyone's birth control."
At least she's aware.
To him.
I
he
love
had to
it.
be like, maybe 6 or 7. She goes,
Oh,
I don't remember what his name was, but she was like, "You're everyone's birth control."
it's alright. He'll work it out in therapy.
He was
He'll be fine.
so annoying. The other day, this kid came into the store with his dad, I think, and he was so cute, and he, like, had his hands up on the counter, and he's, like, looking over and, like, exploring, and he starts smiling at me, like, really big and, like, really hard, and he's, like, smiling really hard, and so I'm, like, smiling back, and then he looks at his mom and he goes, "I farted."
Kids are
And I was
wild.
like, oh my god, he was pushing.
Oh my god.
While he was
Kids are
looking at me.
so wild.
That's crazy.
Oh, it kills me. No, when you can see kids, like, they kind of tuck themselves away behind the couch or something, that, like, they're pooping. It's like, if you
Is
are
that
actively-
instinct?
Yeah, they, like, hide themselves. And I'm like, if you know you're pooping yourself, why not go to the bathroom? This is potty training central. Time to actually use the potty. If you are consciously making an effort to
Do
go
you
to the bathroom.
remember, like, do you have any memories of, like, before you were trained?
No.
I don't either.
Well, do you mean of potty times or just in general?
What's general?
The first memory, like the earliest memory that I have is my 3rd birthday.
Oh, like, do you have, no, I mean, like, do you have any memories of, like, okay, I'm pooping?
No. No, that's not something I think I
I
commit to
don't
memory.
I don't have any.
I do remember my 3rd birthday though.
Oh, but I was, like, 2 when I was potty trained, so why would I remember that?
I was like 3.
God bless.
My mom was so done with me. I was just being adamantly just annoying about it. And she was like, "We're done. You're potty trained now. That's it." I'm like, "Okay." I got in trouble.
Did you know you could, train some guinea pigs to, like, use a litter box?
I'm not surprised.
That's so
You
cute.
can train cats to use the toilet.
But I looked it up and they said, oh, I've seen that. But I looked it up and they said some. It kind of depends on their personality. But
Well, guinea pigs are definitely not going to be part of my menagerie.
they're so cute.
I had one for like 3 days. They're disgusting.
I had 2 for like 6 years.
Oh, they're so gross.
That was like my first pet, I think.
They pissed on everything.
You just let them out? They weren't in a cage or anything?
No.
Oh.
What kind of life is living in the cage all the time? You gotta let them out, roam.
They
a little
lived for
bit.
6 years. No, this is what we do, and I think this is adorable.
You're so mean keeping in a cage all
I
the
was
time.
also 4.
You have no business owning a pet at that age.
I agree. But what we would do is we had their inside cage, but then the top would come off, and we put them outside in like the clover and put the cage, and then they would eat the clover.
Oh.
It was so cute.
I have wanted a raccoon for so long, it's not even funny. Then I found out that their lifespan is only like 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm like, that's brutal, dude.
Because that goes by really fast.
Yeah.
Bestie.
I would be devastated.
She looks like roadkill, doesn't she? You're so funny, Tubby.
I do want a pet really bad. Oh, wait. I just want to check to see if you had any questions. If you had any questions, don't hesitate. My mortgage lady just reached out to me, and I thought it was going to be something bad. But I
Don't
think
know
it's
what a
fine.
mortgage is.
It's basically, so when you buy a house and you get a loan from the bank owns your house until you pay them back because they loan you all the money to buy it.
Yeah.
And so a mortgage is like your payment plan to pay them back.
Oh, okay. Like your house credit card.
Sure.
I don't have one.
Sure. You don't have a credit card?
No.
Girl, you need to work on that.
I know.
What is this?
I know.
You're never going to be able to get a house if you don't have any credit.
I know.
Yeah, you need to get on
I know. I started looking. I got Credit Karma. And they told me which one was good for me. I just have to get it.
Creditreport.com, baby.
I don't
Saw
want
their
another
ads on my
friggin'
TV.
thing.
Thought about going, but was too lazy. Now instead of rolling fly, I'm looking fat. My legs are sticking to the vinyl. My posse's getting laughed at. FREE. That spells free. Creditreport.com, baby. Anyway, moving on.
Credit's so stupid, and I hate our country and the world.
The country is trillions of dollars in debt, and they have the audacity to give me a credit score. I've said that before.
That's funny. I just don't get it. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go pay for my gas with this piece of plastic, and then I'm gonna go home and transfer my actual money from another piece of plastic to this piece of plastic so that I get a good grade.
No. You do not pay off one credit card with another credit card.
Not a credit card, a debit card.
Okay, that's coming out of that's like money.
But it's a
instead.
piece of plastic.
Yeah, but it's
in my
not.
hand.
That's actually money sitting in the bank that goes to something else. Now, the nice thing about credit is it shows that you are able to kind of basically budget yourself and that you're trustworthy in payments so that if you do
But
ask
it
for a
doesn't
loan,
that's not even necessarily true.
it's not. It just has to look good on paper.
That's why it's so stupid to me.
Yeah. But you definitely want to be careful about that because defaulting on a loan is scary business.
Doing what?
Defaulting on a loan. if you don't make your payments and you default on it, they take everything away from you.
Mm.
They're like, oh, you didn't pay? Fine, you'll pay with literally your life.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that's why when you have cosigners, because like I had to get a cosigner because of my income ratio, especially from the last 2 years that I was in college. My income was not proven that I made enough. I do, especially now, obviously, that I'm working full time and just doing that. But when I was in school, it didn't prove that I was making enough money to actually be able to pay a loan. So I got a cosigner. Cosigners are basically like if I'm not able to make the payments, they go and they snag my cosigner for it.
Who is it?
My grandparents did it for me. They don't have to worry. I will always make my payments. But if something happened and I was not able to make it, they would have to make it. And if they weren't able to make it, then everything gets screwed up. Life lessons with Danielle. And if I'm wrong on any of these counts, sorry. Don't screw your life up because of me.
You can't even comment down below because Spotify doesn't have that.
What?
Comments?
Yeah, you can comment. Like, isn't it like the Q&A? There's like,
if I put one up, but if I don't.
Oh. Yeah, we're just gonna... Oh, just... If you want to fact check us, don't.
Tough Tomatoes. It's like NPR.
Yeah.
No comment section since 2016. Hey!
She wants to be on the podcast. It's her turn now.
Bro, literally.
She's wrapped.
I'm annoyed that she doesn't understand, like, what this is. I know that she's a dog. Here, you want to say something? Yeah.
No, just sniffing at it. Sam and Colby had the finale of their Conjuring series last night on Halloween as well.
Nice.
They had some pretty compelling evidence. They're so dramatic sometimes. I love it. They're so funny. I had to stop watching it one night. I think it was like episode 2. They were outside doing an investigation, but they had a camera set up still inside. And when everyone was outside, something inside moved.
No.
You could hear it like scrape across the... I had to stop. I was watching it in the middle of the night, and I was like, I need to stop.
No way. No freaking way. No thanks.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Great question. I don't know if I have one, but I love American Horror Story.
Really?
I love it. Not all of the seasons. Some of them are very bad. Hotel, bad.
I think it was the hotel one with Lady Gaga and Matt Bomer.
Bad.
But what was fantastic, and I watched on
Gaga.
repeat for for days. I had this opening sequence on repeat when they do when Lady Gaga
The foursome in the beginning.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
go like the movies.
The movies, and then they end up at that hotel. Thing.
That whole the music, the getting ready, going to the movies, and then the foursome thing. That entire sequence was absolute cinematic masterpiece. I'm sorry, that was so well done. I
agree.
I don't watch American Horror Story, and I watched that opening sequence 1,000 times.
That scene has like cultural significance in my life. Like my best friend in high school and I would like leave our class and go to the bathroom and hang out and dance on the toilets and stuff. And we went into the same stall and we just watched that scene together. I think someone came into the bathroom and we started laughing. We both like laughed and bent down and bumped our heads together. Like it was
Classic.
I just have such good memories with that scene. One time she tried to escape through like the ceiling like panel, like she moved the panel.
You guys are unhinged.
It was so fun.
Absolutely unhinged. Humans are unhinged. I think that's going to be a new
True.
sequence of mine. I'm going to find different things that are absolutely unhinged about humanity, and we're just going to be like, what the frick? Speaking of the clowns, how are we not still obsessing over the fact that we had like a period of just clowns roaming around with knives threatening everybody back in like 2013 or something? I'm still on about that.
That was that long ago?
It was like, yeah, it was like my junior year of high school or something. I was still in
Dang.
high school when it happened.
I don't know.
So-
I will say though,
Or was it after? Was it 2016?
that sounds
I think that might...
more appropriate.
Does it? I feel like...
Yeah.
I thought it was still
I feel like it was
high school.
15 or 16.
Either way, absolutely unhinged. What the frick? What kind of nonsense?
I never know what's going on.
And there was
though.
something recently also that made me think, like, what are humans? Why are we the way we are? And now I cannot
But
remember
we've
it.
always been the same way.
We have.
That's what freaks me out. because I'm in art
culturally-
history, and like people are doing the same things.
Yeah,
Always.
it's just always been culturally and historically specific to the time, but we've always done the same kind of crap.
Mm-hmm.
Like, throughout all of humanity, everyone has found penises funny.
Mm-hmm.
Drawing penises and statues of penises and carving them into the walls and everything. Like,
Yep.
why are we the way we are?
Sports, alcohol. We love it.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. With the alcohol, there is like a strange emphasis on the alcohol culture in America. It's like, it is absolutely, I think, mind-blowing when people hear that I'm able to have like a really good time without alcohol.
Yeah.
Most of the time I'm actually having more fun than the drunk people. Like, I'm out on the dance floor, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and I'm completely sober, whereas people have to be like three sheets to the wind before they get there.
I like to be in the present moment. If I'm out and I feel like kind of spacey or I'm tired, like I'm not having a good time.
Yeah. I get very sleepy, and then my stomach hurts like hell when I drink, so I'm like, I don't need to do alcohol. But then, yeah, like, my 25th birthday, my friend Evan met us there. And he just wanted me to have like, a good time. Like, he just like, I'll buy you a drink. I'm like, I'm good. I'm really good. I and his girlfriend at the time, now fiance, we were the only two on the dance floor. And I'm like, I am completely sober. I'm a cheap date, and I'm having more fun than all of you people drinking at the table.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know what it is about the alcohol culture. It's just like, the two reactions you get are like, oh, that's really cool, you're like sober. I'm like, not sober because I'm an alcoholic in recovery or something, but just because I don't like alcohol. But they're like, oh, okay, really cool. Or like, oh, come on, you can. I'm like,
Yeah.
back off. But so yeah, folks, don't be that person that pushes. Don't peer pressure people. Like,
I don't know. I feel like there's a little bit of pressure coming from you towards me about being vegetarian.
I'm not pressuring you. I'm just absolutely floored when I cannot figure out how to function with vegetarian. Nothing in my house is vegetarian friendly, and then I forget. It's fine.
So easy.
It's fine that
It's
you're
easy, and I
vegetarian.
also don't really eat dairy, or very little.
That's fine.
Like those cheese curds you gave me that one time. I think that was the first time I had dairy in like
Aren't they good? Though?
months. Yeah, they're really good.
Really good. I still have some if you want them next time.
Thank you.
No, I'm not pressuring you to eat meat. I just keep forgetting, and so it's hard for me to kind of reorient myself into remembering that.
I don't know. Should I give it up for New Year's?
No, if you're happy. If it's
I
working
am.
for you.
I gained like 10 pounds this year since being vegetarian.
Like, healthy pounds? Or...
Who freaking knows?
Because, I mean, like, chocolate cake is vegetarian. So, I mean, if you just ate chocolate cake forever, that's probably not very good. But there's, like, a healthy way about being vegetarian.
I don't know.
I like my meat too much. That's not true.
That's the thing is I just don't like it.
Oh, I love
I'm
meat.
afraid of it. I get
That
freaked
was
out.
the thing that I wanted. I know I remember saying it. My mom made me my ribs, my barbecue ribs for my birthday when I was down there. And then my aunt, when I was at her house commandeering her Wi-Fi, she did make me some barbecue beef ribs, some potatoes, fried potatoes and corn. It was so good. It was so good.
That sounds really good.
I had some leftovers that I took to work, and I heated them up in the microwave, and then my coworker, the chiropractor, he came out and he went into the kitchen later, like, a lot later. He's like, you cooking ribs in here or something? I'm like, heck yeah. I was like, oh my.
Oh my. That's so funny.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I'm afraid of meat. It freaks me out a little bit.
Afraid?
Like a chicken wing is like terrifying.
I have found a really good way of eating chicken wings where the flat ones, okay, not drumsticks, but
There's
like the flat
so
ones.
many veins and tendons woven into the meat. And cartilage and skin.
Well, the fact of the matter is it's weird no matter what. Because meat that we're eating, it's just muscle. You're eating animal muscles.
But if you could hand me a piece of turkey and it was like perfectly uniform, There was no vein,
But you're still eating mussels.
no squishy bit around the outside.
Cooked mussel. That's freaking weird.
I agree. I'm just saying that some things have too many factors, inconsistencies that freak me out.
I get that.
I think I don't know.
Well, that's why I like flat wings better than the drumsticks, because the drumsticks have entirely too much going on at either end.
Yeah.
Whereas the flats, you snap off. Okay, so when you have the flat, you twist it back and forth. You snap one edge
you, like,
of it,
pull it out?
and you pull it out, so you only have one bone in it, rather than having like. Because I see people like trying to stick their tongue through the center of the two bones, trying to gnaw around. Like, no. Remove one of the bones, and then you have like a drumstick that you just whole thing right there.
And, like, if I'm eating a burger and there's like a piece that's like hard or a little weird, I will not finish it.
Crazy. I like charred.
No, I
like
like stuff
the
to be
burnt
burnt.
edges,
I'm saying
but
if
I
there's like a
want
cartilage or
pink.
something.
I want pink in the middle, but I want charred edges.
What is with the pink? Does it taste better?
It just keeps it from. I think it tastes better because it keeps a lot of things from getting like too dry.
I like a dry meat.
If
If I'm gonna eat meat, it's gotta be dry.
What's that toy?
Wait, I bet I can do it really well. Hold on.
That's so gross.
No, that was bad.
I'm glad you knew what I was talking about,
Of
though.
course I know. Oh my god, when I was a kid, I wanted an accordion so bad.
That's not what that is.
I know. I'm changing the subject.
Oh, whiplash. Okay.
I wanted an accordion.
I wanted to learn harmonica.
We talked about this last week.
Did we?
Yeah.
I wanted harmonica. I wanted to
I
learn
had a harmonica.
not the fiddle, not the banjo, ukulele.
I also had a ukulele.
I wanted to learn the ukulele.
I have one upstairs. You want to play with it?
No, I'd break it. Because
You'll
I'd be
break
like, yeah.
It's so hard.
So
much coordination.
I want to learn how to play the didgeridoo.
Didgeridoo,
Didgeridoo.
Wallaby, Hugh Jackman. That's from Despicable Me. I love American Horror Story.
Yeah, I couldn't get behind
Freak
it.
Show. Great season. Probably the best one. Oh no, Asylum is up there too. Freak Show and Asylum. And then I forget all the other ones because I don't really care about them. There's like Roanoke, that one sucked. Coven, that was okay.
I feel like there's more that sucks than was good, so what's the point?
Because the good ones are so good.
Have you watched Black Mirror?
No. I think
Nor
I
have
would
I,
like that though. I will say though, this Don't Worry Darling movie was so good, but there was like a little bit of gore that was poorly done.
Oh, I don't like gore.
It wasn't believable. It wasn't a lot, but it was bad.
I don't like gore. I like movies that have like a really good reasoning behind a haunting.
You'd probably not like American Horror Story.
Yeah, no. I
At
like
least
well thought out and well reasoned.
I gotta remember.
Have you seen The Woman in Black with
No.
Daniel Radcliffe?
I have not.
That is one horror movie, scary movie, thriller. I don't know what you want to call it. It's not gore or anything, but that has like a really good backstory as to why the haunting is happening that I can get behind. Like, it's reasonable why there's a haunting going on.
Right.
Most of it's just like, here's this scary thing that's happening for literally no reason other than it's happening.
I don't like that. Oh, speaking of clowns, there was like a clown thing in one of them. I'm trying to remember what all the seasons are so I can tell you which ones are the best.
Well, I'm not going to watch it, so it's okay.
You should watch it.
I ain't going to watch it. I don't have
You should watch
Wi-Fi.
Asylum.
I don't have Wi-Fi. I don't have
Wi-Fi,
cable.
Wi-Fi.
And if I am at my aunt's house, there is something in my leggings.
All right.
And if I'm at my aunt's house commandeering their Wi-Fi, it's probably because of hockey. I'll find it later when it's bugging me again.
If it's a spider, I'll freak out for you.
No, it was like a little dirt piece that was on top of my knee.
A little dirt piece.
Have you seen Marcel the Shell with Shoes?
I love Marcel Shell. So cute.
Man, he had a couple nasty rips toward what's his face? What's the guy?
I don't know.
I forget his name. Just absolutely obliterated him with some of the one-liners that Marcel had.
Wait, I don't know what you're talking about.
The movie? In the movie.
Oh, they have a whole movie?
yeah.
I heard it was coming out. I haven't seen it. I've
Yeah.
just seen like the old like YouTube videos of.
No, there's like a whole movie. It's like the guy moves into this house. He's like an Airbnb or something. He's there and he finds Marcel, and they do like a whole little documentary on Marcel. And
That's so cute.
there's an occasion where the guy who's doing the documentary or whatever, he'll say or do something, and Marcel just gives these zingers that just would obliterate the guy. It's hilarious.
I love that voice actress. She's so funny, dude.
Marcel the Shell of Shoes.
She has this one bit where she's like talking about football, and it's so relatable because I don't understand football at all. And she's like, I like to imagine that they're all best friends on the team, and they sit in the locker room before the game and they hold hands, and they're so nervous. And then they go out and they run after the toy, and then they all like it's relatable. I don't understand a thing about football.
It took me pretty much my entire high school.
It is the most complicated sport, right?
No.
What's more complicated?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know all the
Exactly.
rules and everything, but I will say it took me like a couple years into my high school career before I realized what like first, second, third, fourth down was.
Mm-hmm.
Had no idea.
It's dumb. They just, let's run this way. Oh, we all fell down. Let's do it again.
Well, my
let's
thing
go
is
the other
it's
way.
too slow paced for me. Because I think I forget where, and I know I've said this before. I forget where it was said it, but somebody calculated the average time that the game is actually being played.
Mhm.
In the full thing, it's only like 12 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're spending more, it's a hurry up and wait. You are spending more time waiting for them to get set, and the clock is just ticking down as they're just, I'm like, this is so horrendously boring. That's why I love hockey.
Baseball
Because it is
the worst, though.
full, now with their new rules to keep the game going, I
They
think
have
it
new
probably
rules.
better. Yeah.
It's so boring.
I can't watch it on TV. I do like the atmosphere of a ball game, but nothing will ever beat the atmosphere of a hockey game.
It's good.
It's
It's
so
solid.
good.
Because you get to bundle up a little bit. And
I
it's
love
so
it.
cute.
It's a whole world of its own. I freaking love it. I want to go to some hockey games. That requires money though. Crunch games
Let's
aren't
go to a
expensive
Crunch,
though. Yeah.
I know.
But,
I really want to go to a Crunch game. So fun.
We would always go to the Wheeling Nailers, and there was the club during intermission. We would go down, and there was like a bar, and there was a couple pool tables and everything. We'd go down to the club.
The club. The club.
But yeah, that's why hockey is so much fun because it's 60 minutes of fast-paced, nonstop. Like, you get a full 60 minutes of play, not just them like standing around. If the
And
clock's
some
running,
fights,
it's
if you're
playing.
lucky. I
Huh?
love watching fights.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't let them go at it too much.
They should.
Little tiffs here and there.
I love it. I do love basketball. I think that's my favorite to watch.
I get so bored because they actually score too much.
That makes sense.
It makes feel like the points don't matter.
Yeah, they get high up there.
Because my thought is, if you're tied, you're basically at 0-0. It's like you're restarting at 0-0. Like cornhole rules. It cancels out.
Yeah.
And so that's why, like, with hockey, every single point matters
Well, because you
so
could have the
much.
whole game and they maybe get 3 points.
Yeah. And it, like, every single point matters so much. And, like, the anticipation of getting it. And, like, the anticipation, the letdown, the anticipation, and yes! It's so much
And
more
everybody
exciting.
goes wild.
Everyone
when
goes wild,
yeah.
and everyone goes wild for, like, a long time, too. Because when they announce the score of who did it, who assisted and everything, it's, like, 5 minutes later before they get around to actually announcing it because of the setup of it. And so it's, like, you're celebrating for a good long time, and it's just the excitement of it. Whereas basketball, it's, like, I'm exhausted after 5 minutes because it's, like, yes! 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 And I'm like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. I'll wait till the end when
Well,
it
you
gets
gotta
good.
be more casual about the points, or you just gotta be like, okay.
See, I don't want to be
That's it.
casual. I want to be really excited about every point. And you can't do that in basketball. You'll exhaust yourself.
No, it's true.
Oh, there it is. I found it. It's right here.
There we go.
The dirt. I found the speck.
The dirt. Yeah, hockey games are so fun. I want to be the crunch announcer. I can do it. You know when he goes, crunch.
I don't know that because I haven't been one in so long. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh my god. When we would go to the Bruins games after Thanksgiving, they'd always they always have this turkey that comes on like the big screen or whatever, and it goes and my sister and I would always do it. And we go welcome. And then I don't know what the guy says after they make a point, but he goes like, score. I want to be the freaking announcer.
At a hockey game?
Yeah.
Score? No. Goal!
No, but they go, oh, like that.
I don't know. I haven't been one.
I have no idea what they
I don't
say.
know.
I just know that that's the tone.
I always loved, I think they do it at a lot of different places, but at least the Willie Nailers, you know, after someone would make a goal. He shoots, he scores, hey goalie, you suck!
That's fire.
Yeah.
I love that. I would hate to be a goalie. I'd be so embarrassed.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I'm like, your team is supposed to be there. You shouldn't have to, a goalie should not have to do anything. Their team should be good enough where the goalie just sits back and lets the team do their thing. And that's what's frustrating with the Penguins. I don't know, like, okay, I've always loved hockey. Always loved hockey. I've only recently actually actively started watching it consistently. But I've noticed I don't know how to play hockey, don't get me wrong. And I don't know even how to ice skate. But they are never where they need to be. And it's driving me crazy. If you take a shot on goal, there's a very good chance the goalie is going to block it. And there's a very good chance it's going to rebound out in front of the goal. So you need to be there to get the rebound. And they are never there. Ever. And I'm like,
I hate when people don't get the rebound.
there is a consistent pattern to how this plays out. Why are you not catching on? Be there.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. It's very frustrating.
I'm with you. I hate that.
But again, I don't know how hockey is played. I don't know their plays. I could be totally wrong. Who knows?
No,
But
I never understand the plays because everybody can always tell when like a goal is about to happen, and I have no idea until it happens.
Well, when they get close to the goal.
No, but like there's the plays getting set up, and they're like, oh, come on, like that. Like I don't see it. I don't have the foresight for it.
Well, you start to see it more when you actually consistently watch it. Because it's something, like, I didn't know some of the rules until I started consistently watching it, and you listen to the commentary, and then you start to see the patterns of, like, what's being called, why it's being called. You see the playbacks, and then you can start to see it. And, yeah. And if you don't know something, like me, I'll Google it real quick, then I know it for the future. And all of a sudden, now I know how things are done. Obviously, if you can't tell, I'm a one-track mind kind of person. Hockey and houses. That's it. That's it for me.
And
Halloween.
books, no Wi-Fi.
Yeah. But I think that does it. I have to go return something to the mall. And I'm dragging Mary
Yay,
Grace
the
with me because
mall.
I hate going to the mall.
I would never go alone, that's for sure.
I don't like it.
Oh, I have a really quick story about that girl that I hate. That was in my
What?
group project.
She's a fake?
No, the girl that was in my group project.
Oh, right.
So, if anybody doesn't know, there's this girl in my group project. She was just not coming through, and she kept having this excuse of, like, oh, I can't meet up with you guys tonight. I have an early class tomorrow. Da-da-da. Well, I'm in that other class with her. I'm in the same early class as her. So, the excuse was, no good. So,
No bueno.
I think she wants to be friends with me.
Ew.
And so yesterday,
Friends, gross.
I'm leaving the class that we have together to go to the next class that we also have together. And I see her also walking out, so I just kind of look down at my phone and I kind of pick up the pace. She must have like a jingle bell like on her backpack or something, because I heard her behind me the whole walk to the next class, which is like 3 buildings over, and I felt like I was being pursued. It was so creepy because I felt like I couldn't get away from her, and I was walking so fast, and I felt like I was being pursued. And so I went up the staircase, and I literally like went up to the wrong floor so that she wouldn't
That's so freaking
be
funny.
there.
That reminds me of when I was in tennis in high school. There was this one girl. There were technically 2 girls who were just constantly injured. And I'm like, they constantly have some kind of boot on their ankle, wrap, this, that, surgery's coming up, whatever. They are just, I called them Cripple 1 and Cripple 2. It was, I was like, I'm done with you guys. It was so frustrating. But I remember we were at an away game one time, and right down from the courts was a Burger King. And we were there for a good long time. So people were like, we're going to go down to Burger King. So me and my couple other teammates, we were starting to go. And this one girl who had like an ace bandage sloppily tied around her ankle, and she was on crutches. She's like, okay, you guys go ahead. Daniel will walk with me. And I'm like, actually, I wanted to run ahead with everybody else. I wasn't a huge fan of this girl because it was always about the injuries, always about, I'm like, find a new tune. This one's boring. And so I was like, no, I was actually going to run ahead with them. And so me and a couple other girls run ahead, and you can hear her behind us with her crutches click-clacking down the street. Well, we get a little bit further down. I started to feel bad. I was like, okay, I'll slow down. I'll wait for her. But I hadn't turned around yet. But I kind of slowed down, like, waiting for her to catch up. I didn't hear the click-clacking anymore.
Uh-oh.
I'm like, what? And I turn around. She's got these out there. She's got them held out like wings. And she's just walking down trying to catch up. And then she sees me turn around. She hurries up and puts the crutches down and starts crutching again. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. It was always just some excuse, some whatever. I'm like, okay, I'm not waiting for you. You're annoying.
There was one time in high school where, like, I genuinely hurt my knee and, like, needed to wear a brace. And we had a dress code. We have to wear, like, these khaki pants. And I wore it underneath so uncomfortably because they were tight and they don't stretch. But I freaking pulled my pants over that fat brace and you could just see it. Like, it looked like...
Why didn't you put it over?
Because I didn't want to be one of those girls that was like, wearing a knee brace.
If you needed it, though.
But I didn't want to be.
No,
I was embarrassed. I didn't want to be one of those girls.
No, you know what? One of those girls. Oh my god. This girl, she had to get ingrown toenail or something removed. Right?
Oh my god, my friend just had that, yeah.
So at school, she's got her foot all like... She went above and beyond. She had to make it... She had like 3 pairs of fuzzy socks pulled up around her foot, making it look like a cast. She had a sandal on, and she was like wearing one sandal on her fuzzy socks, one sneaker. And I'm like, you're doing everything you can to like milk this to the extreme. And you know what the terrible thing was? My locker was nearby her. And I was like knelt down on the floor grabbing my books from the bottom of my locker. And she had been standing up next to me. And I don't know what happened if she got to... I don't know, but I tapped her knee. Okay, ingrown toenail. I tapped her knee to try and get her to move back some. I don't know. But I tapped her knee and she's like, whoa, 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 watch. Girl! What?
That's so ridiculous.
I was like, please get away from me.
That's crazy.
Oh my god, it was always something or other.
I know, my knee was so messed up and I'm like taking the stairs because I didn't, like, my friend's like, let's go take the elevator. Like, you don't gotta do this. Like, nope, I don't want the attention for it. I'm just trying to move on with my day.
I don't know. No, I was worried when I broke my arm. I couldn't use my arm. Like, my nerves and everything were messed up, and so school had started up. I still hadn't regained all of my mobility in my hand. And at the start of one of my chemistry classes, he was saying that we were going to have like these portfolios that had to be nice and neat and blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh my god, am I going to get points off because my handwriting is serial killer terrible? And I wasn't really worried about it. I was going to talk to him afterwards, be like, listen, I'm going to do my best, but like, I'm a good student here. Can we not take points off because of my shit handwriting right now? And instead of me being able to just talk to him privately, the same girl who did the toenail nonsense, she raised her hand. She's just like, wait, what? Danielle can't write. What if... And I'm like, please shut up.
Oh my god.
Like,
I hate her.
Be.
Oh, what's that?
There is... Is it a
just
street cleaner?
Maybe. It looks like it, yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot going on.
For real.
Wood chipper? Was it a wood chipper?
Maybe.
Truck? Because I didn't see the brushy things.
I love the brushy
wood
things.
And on that note,
thank you guys so much for listening. Check us out on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Tell your dog.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
Okay, wait we'll talk at you next week.
Talk at you next week. I'm really flubbing up the intro, outro. This is bad.
That's all right.
We need to replace hosts here. That truck is really loud. Okay, talk at you next week. Bye.
Talk at you next week. Bye.